Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. For a trip to New Orleans in Super Bowl 58, we are ready to rock in the AFC Championship game. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Room to run past midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes buying time to his left. Catch is made by Hardman. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman, 44 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through him.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Play action. It's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Elijah Penny from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire, pushing through the contact. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Mahomes now on the sneak, and he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for fourth down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now this time Mahomes will throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down and 4, Mahomes. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. A first down and more for Edwards-Helaire as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 68 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And some space here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 38 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
First and 10, Taylor now. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it first and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. A first down and more for Edwards-Helaire as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 139 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck Roll, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Was that 82?
That was 82. And the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill as time expires in the first half. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Butker now to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And
now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the Jets, and took it all the way.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes steps away to his left. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say.
Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Penny. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. So we get a traffic there, and that's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Finding some room at midfield. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game that Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the option to give to Taylor here.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now we give to Taylor. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
3rd and goal, Jackson.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Tuck Baker with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. Rolling to his left. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes being chased out left. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game. Here's Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Powering his way forward and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Off the option, here's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They go play action now. Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Play action. Now Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. He'll have a first down past the 40 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On the move to his left. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Steps away. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Taylor's got the first down and more. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long, because that's his third touchdown of the game, and by far the best touchdown of the bunch. They came to this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down, yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Let's just be frank, they're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 16.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Rolling to his right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour, the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough, because finding a way to steel yourself, make that resolve.